This is the Relationship Podcast.
This is the Mental Health Podcast.
This is the Self Love Podcast.
This is the Real Life Podcast.
And this is my sister's keeper. Hey! Hey, y'all. Welcome back to another episode of My Sister's Keeper.
Welcome back.
It's your girl, Shay, a.k.a. Shay Yay.
And it's your girl, Nina, a.k.a. Nina Beans.
Yeah.
Hey.
So we want to thank you all for tuning back into another episode of My Sister's Keeper and welcome all new listeners. Thank you for tuning in. And also we support... I'm sorry. I'm messing up the intro. We appreciate the support on all platforms. We couldn't thank you all enough. And I just want to say that it's still Black History Month, y'all.
Yes, it is.
The blacker the berry, the sweeter the juice. So later on today, on this episode, we will be calling Nina Beans' friend, her longtime friend from college, to join us in the conversation.
Yes.
All
We will
right.
be calling her.
Yes. So what's that recap like?
Oh yeah. Okay. So I always do a recap of the last episode, and last episode was titled "Piss in the Dating Pool," where we talked about a lot of controversial shit, but a lot of shit that other people talk about. It was mostly like our opinions on the certain issues and shit, and we're actually still gonna have a part 2 at some point because there's still a lot to cover on that. It's so broad.
And we need another perspective on this.
I think,
It's like, I think other people's opinions would definitely be valuable in this area.
yeah. I got somebody in mind too, so hopefully it'll come through. We'll see how that goes though. But so this week, as I said last month, every second week of the month we're gonna do a mental health check where we talk about different topics with mental health, mental issues, all kind of shit. So this week we're gonna do it again. And we're gonna talk about the mind and all the interesting and challenging shit that comes with that. So let's get into it.
Yeah, let's get into it. So also I want to say, just for anybody who doesn't know, that May is actually the official Mental Health Awareness Month. And the color ribbon for that month is green. So when that month comes around, I will be showing my support and my awareness for that month and really focus on trying to reach out and try to make a difference in somebody's day. Like, you really just don't know what people are going through.
Right.
So, yeah,
for sure.
I definitely want to show my support in that.
Yeah, me as well.
So how you feeling today, Nina? What's going on?
I ain't even gonna lie to y'all. Okay, so since the first mental health check, I've been going through so many ups and downs. I mean, as everybody does, but since you're asking me specifically, man. So last mental health check, I was actually doing pretty good. Like, I was, taking my medicine regularly. I started working out. I started dieting. I ain't gonna lie to y'all, I fell off.
It be like that sometimes. I know.
Yeah, work got stressful, just real life challenges and shit like that. My job and I don't know, just trying to find a balance. Like, it's always gonna be like a battle with my medication though.
Yeah.
It's kind of hard to explain to people who don't have that same struggle, but it's like 1 minute I feel fine, so or I might accidentally miss it, or I might miss my meds on purpose. Then I feel like I don't need it anymore, and then I just stop taking it. The next thing you know,
you do.
Yeah, because eventually I will come crashing down, and that actually happened. I think sometime last week. Kind of went towards a downward spiral. Picked myself back up though, as I always do. So, but anyway, so yeah, I'm just taking it a day at a time, and I'm slowly but surely gonna get my shit together. But how are you feeling today, Shay?
I'm feeling pretty decent. After work, it's always a long day, and I can't lie, I'm always tired, but I don't remember the last time I wasn't tired. But this week for me, it's been a little challenging just with, my son. I think he needs some more help outside of me with figuring out his emotions. So he's going through something right now that I don't understand. So we're going to get to a professional who could probably put us on the right track to understanding and him better understanding himself. Like, I feel so bad watching him not know what's wrong. Like, when I ask him, he's like, I don't know. And That has to be like difficult for him. And especially if I don't know how to help him with that, that just makes me feel so bad. And I blame myself because I like to call myself a good parent, but I mean, you could still be a good parent and just not understand everything about another human being, even if they did come from you. It's just hard to accept.
Yeah.
So I think that's what I'm working on right now because it's really, it breaks my heart. Like, I don't know what to do. So we're just going to keep our fingers crossed and just pray about it and go see how it goes, you know?
Yeah.
But he's actually looking forward to it.
That's good. That's really good.
But you know what's crazy? He was like, it has to be a girl. I was like, what? How you making this kind of decision at the age of 7?
What was his reasoning why?
He said because girls are nicer. That's what he said. I'm like, but nobody's going to be mean to you at a professional setting. These are doctors, so they're not going to be mean. But I mean, if he want a girl, he can have a girl because he's a little flirt.
Oh, real quick, before we get into the topic today, guys, I just also want to say that our brother who makes tripolar teas made our cups today that say "My Sister's Keeper." So definitely make sure you support his I'm gonna say his page. Well, his social medias, his pages and shit, his business. Mm-hmm. It's Tripolar Teas. Was it TRI _ POLAR _ TEES? That's how he said it.
He did say it like that.
So yeah, so go show him some love. Oh, and I finally got my hoodie from him. Oh, I'm sorry. That says innocent. I was about to say innocent. Innocent-ish. I finally got my hoodie. I couldn't wear it the day that him and Shay wore theirs, but
yeah,
finally got mine. So yeah,
we gonna have to wear it on the same day one day.
Yeah, for sure. But yeah, so
I love these.
I do too. Like they're really cute.
Yeah,
very cute, very comfy to hold. Like
right now, we got to get a third.
Yes,
for our special guest.
Yeah. All right. So today's topic, as Shay was actually talking about her son, we're going to talk about mental health with children. You know, childhood, like I even mentioned on the first mental health check, it is it's one of the most important, in my opinion, the most important stage in someone's life, because like that's when you're young and you're developing and you learn how to deal with your relation. That's how you kind of learn relationships with people and like, you know, like how you process stuff and deal with stuff, you know? So yeah, we want to talk about that with children and mental health. And we do have some information from cdc.gov. So go ahead, Shay.
All right. So according to cdc.gov, mental health in childhood means reaching developmental and emotional milestones and learning healthy social skills and how to cope when there are problems. And I think that's so important because, like, you know, as a parent, I can't be there 24/7. I can't coach him through everything in life. So I feel like he's like, I mean, I'm speaking on my own child, but I feel like a lot of kids his age probably would be experiencing this. Like they'll bring those problems home. And then when they release those issues that they've been holding in all day, they might unleash it on the wrong people. And I'm just like, we got to do something about this because I didn't do nothing to you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's just difficult. I think he doesn't mean to, obviously. I don't think so because he always be like apologizing. And I feel bad that he has to apologize, but I understand that he just doesn't know where to put it. He doesn't know how to compartmentalize properly.
Yeah.
And how to address issues as they arise in the moment. Like that's something I think you have to learn as a child, because if you don't learn it as a child, as an adult, you will hold on to that and it'll continue into adulthood. Like, I don't think that's any way to live. So I just feel like right now is really a very important stage that we need to get some professional outlooks on what's going on with him.
Okay.
Yeah.
I also have a little bit of information for you guys also from cdc.gov, and it says that serious changes in the way children typically learn, behave, or handle their emotions, which cause distress and problems getting through. I'm sorry, I read that completely wrong. Or handle their emotions can cause distress and problems getting throughout the day. Many children occasionally experience fears or worries or display disruptive behaviors. If symptoms are serious and persistent and interfere with school, home, or play activities, the child may be diagnosed with a mental disorder. Also, Shay, did you have something else you want to add real quick to that?
So among the more common mental disorders that can be diagnosed in childhood are attention deficit hyperactivity disorder, which is also known as ADHD, anxiety, fears, or worries, and behavior disorders. Other childhood disorders and concerns that affect how children learn, behave, or handle their emotions can include learning and developmental disabilities, autism, and risk factors like substance use and self-harm.
Yes.
Yeah.
So also, real quick, before remember we said we had a special guest. She's not here today, but we are going to call her in a second. But before we do that, I just wanted to ask you real quick about my nephew, her son. So like, when did you start noticing like different like things with him?
I think it was okay. Let me just be clear, because all kids have some type of behavioral issue, because no kid is an angel 100%. They're learning. They don't know what's right and what's wrong.
Right.
But now I feel like it's getting more serious because it's happening more frequently. Like, he's not a bad kid at all by any means, but the way he's talking is getting a little out of hand. And when I know that I personally didn't do anything to him, but he's taking out some type of anger, and I'm just wondering where it's coming from. Like, so
you mean like talking back? Like he talks back?
I mean, a little bit, or just the tone of his voice.
Okay.
And if I tell him to do something, he may take his time doing it. And I'm like, you know what? Like, why? Why? Like, because he's just so consumed in something like his tablet or somebody's cell phone, because he don't have one, and I refuse to get one. But anyway, I feel like just over this past year, it got a little more intense.
Yeah.
So, like, at this age, I was doing a little research. They said around this age is when you could see if any issues are starting to develop, and I'm definitely noticing a little bit of a change. So.
And how old is he for the viewers and listeners?
He is 7.5, actually.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I also just wanted to say that I'm starting to notice some of me in him, and it kind of scares me.
You starting to?
I mean, well, I have before, but I'm noticing it more now.
Yeah.
Like if you guys remember on the first mental health check, and I think on self-love even, I did talk a little bit about like my childhood and like how I felt misunderstood. It's just strange because I can see some of how I was in him, like how he's like confused with some of his emotions. Like he has all these different feelings and he doesn't understand them.
Yeah.
That was me as a kid. And I mean, I'm not a doctor. That's why I'm so happy that you're finally gonna, just have him evaluated just to see like if there is anything going on. And even if it's not, like it's still good to even just have him talk to somebody, But there was always a fear with me, like with children, especially with our family, just because I know that, like certain mental illnesses are genetic.
Oh, yeah.
I know I inherited from our mother. I definitely inherited that. I don't know. Do you ever feel like you might have inherited anything or?
Not really.
I mean, it probably doesn't go to all children,
No,
what I mean?
Yeah, I really don't feel like that. I'm not even trying to sound like I'm like, nothing's wrong with me. But I really don't feel like it. I don't really, I don't know. I don't want to say the wrong thing. Like, I don't harp on situations for a long period of time. I just try to always be happy. And I mean, so far it's worked out for me. It's not like I'm burying something and it's bothering me. I feel like I can cope with situations that I don't like, or just put that somewhere else and just move on with my life or with my day or whatever. So I think I'm okay. I mean, for the most part, I'm not going to lie. Everybody has issues, but for the most part, I think I'm okay. But with him, I think his has more to do right now with like coping with changes. He don't like when things change. Like, for example,
sounds like me.
Yes. Oh my gosh, it does.
He's literally like my child, but he came out of your body. I say that all the time.
It's so many things he does that you don't even be around for, but
that he does.
It. Yeah. So, like I was saying, with coping with change, in him, like the other day, for example, he wanted to pack a lunch, and he likes those Lunchable things. So we didn't have any more. And his whole day was ruined. He said, this is the worst day ever. Like, over something small like that. So he's having a hard time with changes. And I think if it's something that little, he definitely needs to see someone about it to teach him how to deal with changes and just a little bit of anger management. He's not always like, you know, some angry kid who punches the wall and like do stuff to other kids. Like, he's not a bully. He just
needs some healthy coping skills.
He has the anger inside him and he doesn't know how to let it out properly or just to come down. You know what I mean? Like in a healthy way.
Shit.
Right.
Yeah. So and thank you for sharing that, by the way.
Yeah, no problem.
We definitely appreciate that.
Trying to be transparent.
All right, guys. So now we are going to give my friend Laura a call. So please bear with us, and we're gonna talk to her a little bit about her opinion on the topic and some of her experiences as well. Mm-hmm. So yeah. So bring, give us a minute. He said, bring, bring, bring. Oh man, but yeah,
she better answer.
She like. By the way, this is our first time doing this, so this is
Hello.
Hey.
Hi. Hey, Laura.
Hey.
Can you hear us? Okay.
Yeah, can you hear me? Okay.
Yeah, we can hear you loud and clear. Say hi to everybody.
Hi, everybody.
Welcome to My Sister's Keeper, Laura.
Yes, I'm so glad.
I'm so happy to be on here. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, of course.
I wish you could be here in person, but she lives far, well, not too far, but she lives about an hour and a half away. I can't talk. But yeah, we're all busy. We all have busy lives. But thank you for like taking the call and being on here this way. Like, we really appreciate it.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah, I'm glad that we could do this.
Yeah.
I just want to give you a hug now.
I know. I miss you.
I know. I miss you guys.
It's been too long.
Yeah.
Don't worry. I have my wine and I'm ready to go.
Okay,
we do
good.
too.
There we go.
So Laura, me and Shay were just talking about like her experience with Cam and about the topic of mental health, like her challenges with her son. And we just wanted to know if you would like to share like your opinion on the topic. So we do have some questions for you, and then if you want to also add some stuff, that would be cool too. So,
but first things first, Laura, how are you?
Yes, sorry, I'm so sorry. How are you?
How are you?
I'm good.
That's good.
Busy, but you know how it is. Just work and momming it all the time.
Yes.
How have you guys been?
I've been good. I mean, just like you said, mom life, work life. I know what that's like.
I'm a cat mom, but I'm living the cat mom life, y'all. Yeah.
And doing your podcast that I'm so proud of you guys for and so happy for you guys.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Yes. But yeah, so let's see here. Just some regular questions first, and then if you want to get a little deeper, we can. But whatever you're comfortable with, okay?
Yeah, hey, I'm here for it. Ask away.
Okay. So, like, what do you think about when you think about, like, the terms, like, mental health and, like, with children? Like, what do you think about, like, as far as, like, the importance and, like, stuff like that?
Well, obviously mental health is important all around. I think that it's important to identify it at an early age. Mm-hmm. I mean, if you do see like signs or, I mean, everybody knows their child, right? So, I mean, if somebody else is like even telling you like, hey, is he acting okay? Is everything okay? And you're just like, yeah, why? And then they like bring something up or say like, oh, well, he said this or she said this. Kind of just like monitoring, I guess, your child's behaviors and like recognizing like things that could be what, they call normal. What is normal really though?
Right. I say that all the time.
And I mean, like, trusting your gut feeling, um, you know, and like, I guess realizing that if there are potential problems, that there are options and like help available, I guess, out there.
Yeah.
And to like not feel ashamed if you do start noticing like signs, or like they even start communicating with you that like, I feel angry all the time, or I don't know why I feel like this. I mean, like, kids don't really understand feelings. We teach them that. So we have to kind of like set that example as far as like how to deal with those feelings appropriately. And like, it takes a lot of like self-regulation, which they don't have. And we can't expect them to. So it's kind of just like working on that, and recognizing that, you know, we have to teach them all of these little things, their feelings, and, you know, talk about things, and making them feel comfortable to talk to you about it.
Yeah.
And kind of go from there, I guess.
Yeah. That
Yeah.
sums it up real good.
Really good.
I
yeah.
agree. Yes.
Definitely. So do you want to share a little bit about like your journey as a mother, and like some things that you have experienced or faced with your child, or like anything about like your mental health journey or his mental health journey?
Sure. So I am diagnosed with ADHD and depression and anxiety. I'm on medication for both. I think that I finally got it under control. But I mean, I still have like moments of, you know, depression, high anxiety. Sometimes one leads to the other.
Yeah.
The ADHD is really hard, because I think that people just classify it as like, oh, you're just hyper all the time, or like you can't focus. But like, it contributes to a lot of other things that people might consider like acting out, or being too sensitive. So like growing up, I was always like just looked at the child that just didn't listen, was just acting out, had a lot of impulse controls, but like, and I would get punished for it. But then like in my mind, everything that I'm doing like made sense. Like, if a kid took my toy from me, I would go up to him and punch him in the face because like, I'm playing with that and you took that from me. And like, then I would get in trouble for punching this kid in the face, but then he didn't get in trouble for taking my toy that I was playing with. Like, how is that right?
Right. Yeah. Oh man.
So
that sounds logical to me. I mean,
yeah,
right? I mean, obviously we can't go around punching people in the face when they take our stuff, but I mean, even as adults, like, if somebody came up and tried to like steal your purse like off of you, or your bag, like, wouldn't you turn around and like want to punch them in the face?
Yeah. Because I feel like you can't always depend on the people of authority to handle the situation properly, for real. So
Yes.
sometimes you got to take matters into your own hands, even if it's wrong.
Yes. And then you would like tell them, and like most of the time, like you said, like they would think like it wasn't a big deal, or that's where, like I was saying earlier, is that like they would think I was overreacting, but it's like, these are my feelings. So I want you to validate my feelings. Like, this is how I'm feeling. So validate it and do something about it.
Yeah. And
but
respect it.
Right.
And I just feel like, I mean, way back when, like, you know, it really wasn't that common or known to think about it or talk about it like that. So I was just like a bad kid, and
I was just gonna ask
you
you
know,
that.
my
Yeah. I was gonna ask you like
yeah.
how was it like with your parents and stuff? Like how did they like react to you and stuff? Like when you were like
Oh
expressing
my
yourself.
gosh. I gave my parents a wild ride. I am their wild child.
Same. That's why. Yeah, I understand.
Yep. My sister was, you know, the straight A, good student, kid that just listened and, you know, didn't really have the issues that I was experiencing. So, of course, with her being the firstborn, like they just kind of like looked at it like, why? And oh, I got it so much. Why can't you just be more like your sister? Oh, I hated that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did I ever get that, Shay?
No,
I swear I did.
I don't remember hearing that myself.
Maybe not from my parents, but I swear somebody used to say that. I don't know.
I don't know who could have
That
said
sounds
that.
familiar, though.
Wow.
Laura, that sounds familiar, though. Yeah. Like in comparison,
Yeah.
like she's the good one and you're the bad one. Like,
Oh, maybe it was just a family member.
yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So I
And
get
that, and honestly, that is so common, like, too, that, you know, like, especially families, like, they compare their children, and, you know, just think like, oh, well, you're just the bad kid. And like, and then they would, like, other people would look at my parents and be like blame them. And they're over here just like, I'm doing everything. Like, I don't know what to do. I don't know, like, what's wrong with her or why she acts this way. And, you know, the medical diagnosis back then, like, wasn't as good as it is now. But yeah, they did their best, but I was definitely their wild child and gave them a run for their money. They had to put a lot more work into me. Let's just say that.
Yeah.
But it paid off. I'm doing all right now.
Well, that's good. That's really good. So now that you have a child, what is that like for you as far as like mental health and everything and his development?
Yeah. So we actually just found out, when was that? September or October. He was diagnosed with ADHD, also. So, I mean, it runs in the family. But yeah, like I said earlier, I started noticing like symptoms with him that were like a cause of concern when he was like, 15 to 18 months old.
Oh, wow. Like what? Like
yeah.
what you noticed?
Well, the hyperactivity for one, but I mean, he was little. I mean, he's still a kid. So, I mean, you always think like, oh, he's just acting like a kid. He's being a little boy. This is what boys do. So, but his aggression, how he had such big feelings and obviously at that age wasn't able to manage them or understand them. I mean, at 18 months old, he would get so upset over relatively what we would consider small things. And then would like try to flip chairs and tables over, hitting like very long tantrums. Like, you know, kids can typically bounce back quickly. He would not. His tantrums would go on for 45 minutes to an hour at times. Like just no self-regulation at all. A lot of impulsivity, a lot of aggression, just big feelings. So I had like spoken to the doctor back then, you know, and expressed my concerns. Of course, everybody thought I was crazy. And they're just like, he's just a boy. He'll grow out of it. It's just a phase. Work on managing emotions. So we got like the feelings chart out and we would talk about our feelings every day. And, really focused on that. And it still continued to progress. And it was kind of just like went from, oh, he's 1 to, oh, he's just a 2-year-old to he's just a 3-year-old boy to, okay, well, now he's 4 and he's getting kicked out of daycare and preschools because nobody wanted to deal with him. And he was getting overstimulated by the class size. The same issues. Kids would take his toys. He would react aggressively. Then he would get blamed for it, obviously, and punished. And then that would escalate to a hour-long tantrum. And then it's like, if one thing happens in the morning, and you start off on a bad note, it's kind of like the whole day's just going to go bad, pretty much.
That's how Cam is.
So, yep. Mm-hmm. And that just kind of continued. And I got him a behavioral therapist a year ago. I thought that, with going through like divorce and like personal issues, that was contributing to, the aggressive and outbursts and behaviors. And, just to kind of help him like with all of the changes that he was going through. And he was on a waiting list for a regular therapist, but like doctors and everybody were backed up. So we were on waiting list after waiting list. I was making endless calls, talking to his doctor. I was like pretty much referring myself to psychiatrists and everybody just to kind of like get him evaluated.
I remember that too,
because like
I remember that.
Yeah. Because like the teachers, like nobody could deal with him. I literally couldn't leave him with anybody. I mean, he was punching teachers in the face.
Wow.
Headbutting, like throwing chairs. It was not good. And I mean, being a single mom, working full time, I had just gotten promoted at my job. So like I couldn't take off. And I'm like, no school, preschool, daycare wants to deal with him. And I don't feel comfortable leaving him with anybody that, like, I mean, it's hard as a parent to hear that your child is hurting other people.
Yeah, I can't imagine that.
And then, like, I would pick him up and, everybody's exhausted. Everybody's angry. And then they look at me.
Yeah.
Like, I'm a horrible person. Like, I'm not doing enough, or his issues are my fault. And then I was getting punished. So then like I had a lot of resentment. I'm not going to lie. I had a lot of resentment towards him for a couple of months because Yep.
Oh, okay.
Because I would pick him up and, I would have to hear how horrible his day was. What all he did, who all he hurt. He's upset. And then I would have to come home and then I'm like, well, what do I do? Like, I don't want my child to feel like he's constantly being punished when obviously there's something else going on that I'm trying to get help for. And nobody was helping me. We were just on waiting lists. And eventually I got an appointment and he had to stay out of school for a month until we got him evaluated. My mom had to take personal time off from her work so that I didn't lose my job. And she came up during the week and stayed with him for a month until we got his evaluation.
I love your mom, by the way. If she ever watches this,
I
love
too.
her.
Yeah. And she even flat out told me, sitting in tears the one night, she's like, I don't know how you've been dealing with this for so long and by yourself. Like, I had no idea how bad it really was. And I'm like, why are you crying? I'm the one that's supposed to shed the tears. Like, if anybody, don't cry. And I'm like, it's all going to be okay. I got this. Like, my half an hour lunch breaks were spent on hold making calls. My 2 15-minute breaks were spent making calls and waiting on hold, trying to get him in somewhere. And it finally paid off, but it did take 6 months.
6 months.
Wow.
Jesus.
Yep.
Wow.
Yep.
Wow.
And now,
crazy.
and now he's on medication. We had to do a couple of trials, like with some different medication. But I'm here to tell you what, it works. And I was really against it at first, but I mean, after doing therapy with him for a year and that not working, I'm kind of like, I have outsourced all other options. Like, if this is what makes him succeed is medication that I'm on, there's nothing wrong with that. Like,
Yeah.
I just want him to be successful.
Mm-hmm.
And now he's finally in a place where he's able to be that. And we got him a home daycare provider who loves him, like, is doing a great job, understands like kind of what's been going on. They work really well with him. He's in like a smaller environment, so that helps with like his overstimulation and sensory issues. But yeah, he's doing so much better now, and he's so happy. He's happy to go to school. So that makes me feel better. I can like focus on my work, and I pick him up, and he's had a good day. Like, it was like a year pretty much that I didn't hear that my child had a good day.
Yeah.
Aww.
I remember.
And as a mom, that's hard to hear.
Yeah, it is. I'm so glad that he's doing better now.
Me too.
Yeah. I mean, come on. You guys remember when you guys were over and
Yeah.
he bit my toe? He was dancing and then just ran up
Yeah.
and bit my toe.
Out of nowhere.
It was like out of nowhere. I'll never forget. I was like, what the fuck? I just looked like,
That caught me off guard.
yeah, I didn't know what to say. I just was like looking like, oh shit.
Yeah.
It caught me off guard. Man, I threw him off like I would have been kicking a pit bull.
I know.
Like,
I remember.
I tried not to laugh, but I was like, what the fuck? But no, seriously, Laura, though, I'm just so happy that, because I know your whole story. I know your struggle. Like, I mean, you know, I would talk to you on the phone sometimes, and like, my heart would break for you. I'm just so happy, though, to hear that you and your son are at such a better place. Like, seriously.
Yeah.
Like,
aw, thanks.
yes. And I was telling Shay, like, before we called you, she was talking about, like, you know, how her son, my nephew, is kind of going through his own little thing, and like she wanted to seek out help. I just have a question real quick, and then we got to wrap it up here. But what is your advice to someone like Shay, like as far as like their child, like, you know, like seeking help? And
starting our mental health journey, because he has an appointment on Valentine's Day.
Oh, I didn't know it was Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
Yay! Well, that is the first step. So, I mean, I guess pretty much don't think that anything is, like, you can't blame yourself. Don't have self-blame. Don't blame your child. It's pretty much just finding the level of actually acceptance that, you know what? This is how it is. No matter what happens, I love my child. And because I love my child so much, I'm going to do everything absolutely possible to make sure that he is happy and okay and able to succeed in life and be successful and go through life without having to have, you know, thoughts or feelings that he can't control or doesn't understand. And it's better to do it early on so that it doesn't lead into more problems into adulthood. So I think that you're doing great. I mean, take all the help that you can get, anything that anybody offers. And let's just say if they do prescribe something and you don't see it working or there's side effects that you don't like, it's okay to trial and error. Like you can say, hey, I don't think that this is working, or I don't like this one, or he's not eating, or he's not responding well. Let's try something else. Like not everything is going to be the same. Even for therapists, if you have to get him into therapy, if you don't like somebody that they recommend, find somebody else. It might take you seeing 4, 6, I mean, hopefully not, but to find somebody that really meshes well with your child. But, you know, that's okay. You know, just doing everything that you can and not feeling like ashamed, I guess. And that knowing that no matter what happens, you're doing a good job and everything is going to be okay and work out how it's supposed to.
Yeah. I think like before we called you, I was saying something about how it breaks my heart that I can't help him, and I feel like I should be able to because I'm his mom. And I never thought about it the way you just said about how they were looking at you like you were doing something wrong at home. And I used to look at other kids like in school, like, why are they so bad? Why are they out of control? And then the parents look like they're not doing anything about it. And I never thought that it could be something deeper than just behavioral issues. But, you know, that's why it's so important to go seek help and get a second opinion or get some professional opinions on why this child is behaving the way they are. So that actually, like, opened my eyes to that because I really never thought of it that way.
I didn't either. I mean, I have a bachelor's degree in psychology, and I'm over here like, I can't figure out my own kid.
Yeah.
And I'm calling out to other people, like doing my own research and everything else. But I mean, you just have to realize that you are mom, and your responsibility as mom is to fix it as best as you can, to love your child. And even if you can't fix the boo-boo, go to the doctor or go to somebody who can fix the boo-boo.
Yeah.
And that's what you're doing, and that's all that you can do, and you're doing a great job. And I hope that anybody else listening to this episode like can take from it and, you know, help themselves and help their children and just realize that it's okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
I
and Laura,
appreciate that.
I just want to say thank you so much for coming on today. Like, I really wish you were here. I just want to hug you.
Thank you so much.
I know, me too.
And thank you so much for opening up and all the words and advice you had. Oh my gosh, I'm going to call you after this. I can't wait.
Please do.
Yes.
Thank you 1,000 times.
Yes. And one day I hope you can come on here and be like a guest here in person. That would be great.
Yeah.
But
yes,
yeah.
I would love that.
We got to talk about those college days.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Oh man.
I was up there every weekend.
Sometimes I wish that I could just forget life just for even a night or a weekend and just go back to the college days.
Yeah.
Those were the best, I swear to
Mhm.
Those were the best. But yeah, we gotta wrap it up soon. But thank you so much for being a guest. So like, oh my God, I'm just so excited. I'm sorry.
Well, thanks for having me. I'm so glad I
Yes.
could be on here with you guys, and I love you guys. And
We
I'm
love
happy.
you too.
Of course.
And I
All
will
right.
call you later.
All right. Bye.
All right.
Laura.
Okay. Bye, guys. Bye.
Oh my gosh, that was great.
It was.
I wish we could have talked longer, but I know we
I
gotta.
haven't heard her voice in so long.
I know. I miss her. I miss her so much. Guys, that's my best friend from college, if I didn't say it already. So, yeah, we definitely got to have her back one day.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So, Shay, I guess we can get to the part where we're going to talk about like the first mental health check, and we'll keep doing it for the other ones, our pick-me-ups. So every time we'll talk about either a movie or a TV show that, you know, picks us up when we're feeling down, and also a song as well. So for me, I picked a TV show, and I'm going to go with chewing gum. So for those who don't know what chewing gum is, it started out on Netflix actually.
Yeah.
It was it's like a British sitcom, not even sitcom, because
It's kind of a sitcom. What would you call it?
it's more like because sitcom is more like with an audience and they're laughing and applauding, right?
Yeah, I guess you're right.
It's like it was just like a comedy little skit show. Yeah, they're British they're British.
Mm-hmm.
It was hilarious to me, but like the main character, what's her name? Tracy. She was like a religious British slash African virgin, and like all her little mishaps and shit. She was trying to lose her virginity she lost her virginity like the second season.
I honestly didn't watch it as long as you.
Oh my God. It's only 2 seasons.
But I introduced you to it.
You did, and I fell in love with it. Listen, I've watched that show a million times. Anytime I'm feeling down, I watch Chewing Gum. It's only like 20-minute episodes. You could watch both 2 seasons in one day.
I might have to do it. I'm gonna be off a lot.
Like you can
next
binge
week.
it. Like
Yeah.
I love that show. Like it's just it's a comedy, so it's funny, but it's just the shit that they do and go through is just hilarious, and it always makes me laugh.
So would you call that a rom-com?
I don't even know what that means. I never knew
romantic comedy.
Oh shit, that's what rom-com means?
Yes. Oh my goodness,
gosh.
Nina.
I mean, well, yeah, because she had a boyfriend in the beginning, and then they broke up. Don't mind me, y'all, I'm hot as fuck. Y'all know I always keep my napkins.
Didn't you
and
bring
shit.
tissues? What you got this brown paper towel?
I got everything in
Where
my
did
pocket.
you get that?
I don't know, but anyway, yeah. Don't laugh at me.
I'm so confused.
I don't know. I got a lot of shit in my pocket. I just grabbed the first thing. But anyway, yeah, and then she had another boyfriend in the show. So yeah, but it was all right.
What song would you choose?
So I'm gonna choose one of my favorite artists. Well, actually, 2. Lady Gaga and Ariana Grande. It's called "Rain on Me."
Mm-hmm.
If you never heard it, it was on the radio. I mean, it's still a pretty good song. But like the main chorus, they'd be like, "I'd rather be dry, but at least I'm alive," and they'd be like, "Rain on me," and it's like raining, but it's like Lady Gaga's tears and shit.
I never
But
heard it.
you never heard that
I
song?
don't think so.
It's a really good song. But yeah, basically, like, going through shit, like, you might get a little rained on, but at least you're still alive.
Yeah.
And they'd be like, "Rain on me."
I'm gonna have to look that up.
It's a good song. It's very
Is
inspirational.
it slow or fast?
Fast, like a dance song.
Okay.
Yeah, you should give it a listen. Yeah.
All right.
So what are yours, Shay?
So I chose this week my TV show that I like to watch to pick me up if I'm in a down mood. The Parkers. It's a classic.
Oh, yeah.
Duh.
Yeah.
It's like,
Who's your favorite character on that show?
I like everybody. That's why I like the show, because the whole entire thing is funny. I could watch all the seasons. They got it on Netflix. It's like how many seasons? Like 5 or 6 on there. But yeah, I could watch it all day long and never get tired of it. And it's still funny, even though I've seen like all the episodes. I love it though. Even Cam likes it.
Oh, okay. That's good. That's
so that's
good.
something that we watch together. And the song that I chose is called "You Say," and that's by Lauren Daigle.
Okay.
And it's so inspirational. I love it so much. I heard it on America's Got Talent. Somebody auditioned with that song.
What's it about?
And those words just resonate with me so much. Like, it's just about how, like, the outside world or influences will tell you that you can't do something. But it's actually like a religious song. Because I think
okay.
it's like when she say "you say," it's about God telling her that you can. Like, no matter what anybody else say, even the voice in your head, like, God is telling you that you can and you
Okay.
will. Like, it's so inspirational. You should look that up for real.
I definitely will.
Yeah.
Lauren Daigle.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I like that one.
That's what's up.
I lost it.
So we have some mental health. Since
My screen locked. I'm sorry.
for mental health awareness, Shay had some great
Oh,
ideas
okay.
to encourage
Yes, I did.
discussions
I'm
and promote mental health for everyone.
Yeah, but okay, these are the ways that you can encourage discussions and promote mental health. Offer a wellness gift. I really don't know what that means. Like, I Googled a bunch of stuff, but what is a wellness gift? What would you think that is?
Something that promotes wellness. So maybe like, shit, I don't know, like a stress ball. Or,
I mean, I don't really like that one. We're gonna scratch that one.
Okay,
So-
something that can improve your wellness. I don't know, some
But like your
fruit.
mental wellness.
I don't know. Okay, just
All
go
right.
ahead.
So the next one is to leave work at work. Like, if you're having problems at
That's
work,
hard for
or if
me
it's so
sometimes.
stressful, leave that at work. Like, that's a big one. I mean, like, personally, I don't think I have that issue because I know that they're not gonna. Let me not speak too soon. I'm gonna shut up. Anyways, then the next one would be disconnect from daily distractions. I think that's a big one. It's probably easier said than done, but definitely need to work on that. Get outside, fresh air definitely puts me in a better mood. I don't know about y'all, but definitely need fresh air. If you stay inside, to me, that makes me more depressed. Like, I need to get outside, at least open the window. And then the next one is offer mental health screenings. That sounds like that's more for professionals. Like, if you have that ability to do that, then that would be for them. Because I don't think that, the average person could do that, right?
I mean, yeah.
Okay. And then the next one I have is offer praise, like give somebody a compliment, acknowledge them doing something good, uplift each other. Like, it could be a stranger, it could be somebody you know. Just offer some praise because we need to hear that every now and then.
Yeah.
And then focus on art. How would I take that? Just appreciate the beauty in things that's around us. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, or just like actual art, not like
like go to a museum
or like not even just paintings and drawings, just or like anything, like productions, like anything artistic, anything artistic, really.
Yeah. And then the last one I have is change the dialogue. How do I interpret that? Change the dialogue. I feel like that means just be more aware of the conversations that you have and how that can make other people feel. That's how I take it.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Oh, real quick, guys. Going back to the first mental health check real quick. I don't know if you guys remember, but Shay asked a question that I did a little research on, so we do have some information for you guys. When she had asked me if food has anything to do with like affecting moods and everything, so we did do a little research. So let me read my little insert here. So according to Aetna, which is the insurance company,
it's AETNA.
AETNA,
Okay.
Aetna.com. Let's say, I said, let's say, let's see.
Stop saying, let's see.
I like saying, let's see. So there actually is a link between your diet and your emotions, and it stems from the close relationship between your brain and your GI tract, which is your gastrointestinal tract. And it's actually, they call it the second brain. So here's how it works. Your GI tract is actually home to billions of bacteria in your body, and it influences the production chemical substances that constantly carry messages from your gut to your brain. So two common examples of this are actually the chemicals serotonin and dopamine. So like, yeah, the food breaks down and it sends the signals to your brain. So eating food that is nutritionally dense food, it promotes the health of the good bacteria. So which in turn positively affects the production of these chemicals. When production is optimal, your brain receives these positive messages loud and clear, and your mental state can reflect it. So on the other hand, when it goes good, so does your mood. Like it's better. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So for example, sugar, is considered a major culprit of inflammation in your body. It feeds the bad bacteria.
I eat a lot of sugar.
Same. I'm a sugar addict, and yeah, I'm working on that. I'm addicted to sugar. But anyway, it feeds the bad bacteria in your GI tract. And ironically, it can also cause a temporary spike in that feel good. But the problem with that is with the feel good chemicals, like the dopamine in your body, the problem is, though, it kind of can be like a fleeting sugar rush. So it's also followed by like a hard crash. You know, like you feel all tired and shitty after. But you do feel that immediately, like, oh, I feel good. But then it doesn't last. You know, it's fleeting. One more thing. When you stick to a diet that is nutrient-rich foods, you're actually setting yourself up for fewer mood swings and an improved ability to focus. So studies actually have found that that clean diets consisting of mainly whole, unprocessed food can help with symptoms of depression and anxiety. So whereas unhealthy diets that have like with the opposite, have been linked to increased risk of dementia and stroke. So yeah, guys gotta definitely be careful with that.
I know I do because I eat sugar every day, like a lot of sugar. I have to have a dessert. So I just want to bring up, since it is Black History Month, and if anybody out there wants to look into their mental health, some things to look for when searching for a healthcare provider, specifically in the Black community, like some questions to ask that I have found to be helpful. That if I, ever go back to therapy, I will be asking these. I'll be asking these questions for my son because it's very important. Since we are disproportionately represented in the mental health care area in this country. Number one, to ask your mental health care provider, have you treated other Black people or received training in cultural competence for Black mental health? If not, how do you plan to provide me with culturally sensitive, patient-centered care?
That's actually a good question. I've never asked that.
I know.
In my experience, I've been in therapy since I was in the 5th grade.
Right.
I just kind of dealt with whoever they gave me.
I know. But now it's really being made aware that we need to take this seriously. Like, it's been going on for too long to not take mental health serious.
Right.
In the Black community, we need more representation. We need more mental health care providers who can relate to us.
Right.
So, number 2, how do you see our cultural backgrounds influencing our communication and my treatment?
Okay.
And number 3, do you use a different approach in your treatment when working with patients from different cultural backgrounds? Number 4, what is your current understanding of differences in health outcomes? So those are definitely questions I'm going to be asking because I need answers. Okay. I definitely do.
Those are really good questions, honestly. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I never thought to even ask that, honestly.
Me neither.
But yeah, those are really good questions. So Shay, come to the point. You got a sweet treat and update and everything.
I don't even want to do it. Y'all remember what I said last time? If y'all tuned in to episode 9, I said I was going to be doing all the sweet treats from the past. Didn't I say that?
I've been waiting for this. I've been quiet today, but I've been waiting for this.
Listen, I am so sorry to disappoint you. Because life, because work, because time. There's not enough hours in a day. After work, I'm exhausted. And like I said earlier, though, I think my reason is very understandable. I've been going through some things at home with my own child and trying to spend more time with him. And just, that's important. He likes to spend time with me. And because of work and school, we don't get to spend that much time before his bedtime. And I can see how it's affecting him. So I apologize, everyone, but I did come prepared with a new sweet treat, okay?
Well, that's good.
So this one today that I have is for all my foodie people out there because I know it's important to me. So if you are equipped with a newer vehicle that has a seat warmer in the car and you go get some pizza, put the pizza on your passenger seat and turn on that seat warmer. That's my sweet treat of the day. Now, I can try that. I'm sure that I'm going to have
You got to come with it next week, okay?
With that one?
No.
With what? Another one?
Yes.
That
you
might
gotta
work.
come with it. I've seen that one.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Did you try it?
I have, but how long are you in the car? Are you driving to another city to get pizza?
You never know.
It's like
It's in cardboard.
All right, well, to save you, I did try one of your sweet treats.
Which one?
I wanted to light a candle and I didn't have a lighter. My long lighter was out.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, Shay told me about spaghetti. So I went and got some spaghetti and lit my candles.
Oh, yay. I'm so happy.
So it does work. The spaghetti one. I did have to break it and double it and light it like that,
Oh.
just to make it better flame.
Yeah.
Okay.
But it worked. It worked.
Was you able to just blow it out? After?
Yeah.
Okay.
It was perfect. I was like, okay. Then I went to buy a lighter.
Well, that's in case of an
Yeah,
emergency.
it was an emergency. So I thank you for that.
Yay, I'm so glad I could be of service.
Well, that's good. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, guys. So it's the time for the inspirational quote before we, So on today's topic, we talked about mental health and children and development and things. So I decided to get a quote that was on the topic as well. So this is from Kate Middleton. And she said, a child's mental health is just as important as their physical health and deserves the same quality of support. No one would feel embarrassed about seeking help for a child if they broke their arm. We really should be equally ready to support a child coping with emotional difficulties. So for anybody out there who, still doesn't believe in therapy and this and that, I mean, hopefully you or your child doesn't go through this, but it's out there and it does help. Okay. It does.
Help
so
is available.
It's available. Mm-hmm. So and for anybody who does have a child who may be struggling with something or showing signs of something that you don't understand, help is available. If you have insurance, definitely reach out to your insurance company, see who you can go through. There's help online. Just look it up. Seriously. Mm-hmm. There's all kind of resources out there. So
yeah. Don't wait. I think if you have a child, now is the time to act.
Yeah, if you see early warning signs, please act. Don't let your child grow up to be like me.
No, don't say that.
No, I'm just playing.
There's people worse than you. Not that you bad.
But I was a late bloomer as far as therapy. Well, I wasn't even that late. I was 11 or 12. But I'm just saying, if you see it early, just act, please.
Don't be in denial. That's very
important. And don't be
important.
ashamed either.
Yeah.
We all go through shit. Okay, we all do, and some of us just need a little extra help. That's all, and it's out there. So definitely take a look. So yeah.
All right, y'all. So y'all can check us out on video on YouTube, and you will have to search MSK Podcast on YouTube to find our page, and then you can also follow us on Apple, Spotify, at My Sister's Keeper. Facebook is also My Sister's Keeper Podcast. And then you can email us if anyone has any topic suggestions. Like I said before, we are always open to suggestions. If anybody would like to be a sponsor to one of our episodes, you can hit us up on on the email address mskpod611@gmail.com. I didn't even say it, and I'm talking about
Oh yeah, I keep forgetting. We're also on TikTok, y'all. It's at MSK Podcast.
Yeah,
right?
I think so.
I gotta check that shit. But yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what it is.
So MSK Podcast on TikTok.
Yes.
And I just want to say the email because I kind of messed that up. It is mskpod611@gmail.com. Thank you very much.
Yes. And if you're watching this video on YouTube, please make sure you hit that like button. Also hit that bell notification. If you like this video and you want to see more of us, subscribe, hit the bell. You'll get notified when we drop a new video. Like, comment, share this shit, especially with mental health. Everybody needs to hear this, especially if you got a child. Share it, please. It definitely helps our page and just in general with the topic, more information.
Yeah, just spread awareness.
Right. So thank you guys. Also, shout out to our special guest again, Laura. We love you.
Yeah, and shout out to our brother.
Yes, from
Tony.
Tripolar Tees.
Yes.
And this too, my hoodie.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
And once again, this has been another episode of
My Sister's Keeper.